Hi, my name is Laura Waterhouse, and I'm going to tell you about my trip to Washington, D.C. Two years ago, my brother, mom, and I went to Washington, D.C. We went to visit my aunt, uncle, and my cousins. When we arrived, it was really warm compared to the West. While in D.C., it did snow, and that was my first time ever seeing snow. While visiting, something weird had happened to me, but it was nice to see Gallaudet, which is the college that I might go to someday. We went to Washington, D.C. because my mom had a conference, and she decided to take me and my brother so we could see Washington, D.C. My mom's conference was in a really fancy hotel, so my brother and I got to stay in the room and watch TV all day. We were pretty lucky. After that, we got to go to some famous museums called the Smithsonian. It's a space museum. It was really interesting. But while at the museum, something really strange had happened to me. I started getting really dizzy. So we left the museum and we went back home. But on the way home, I kept getting sicker and sicker, and so we stopped and we saw a doctor. They looked me over and said, "No, everything's fine, but if it gets worse, come back." And so we went home, and I couldn't sleep all night. I was itchy all over. So the next day, we decided to go back to the same doctor. So he examined me and he explained to me that I had scarlet fever, and I had to eat a lot of sweets and chocolate. I ate a lot of sweets and chocolate, but it didn't make me feel better. So as the day went on, I kept getting sicker and sicker, and so my mom decided she was going to take me to the hospital. So as we were leaving the house, I was walking, and I wasn't paying attention, and I wasn't watching for traffic. And when I stepped into the street, a car just went right past me. It was really close to my face. My mom yelled at me, but of course I couldn't hear her. I'm deaf. So they took me to the hospital, and as soon as I entered into the hospital, I threw up. So we went to the hospital, and the doctor looked me over again, and he said, "Yeah, you are really sick. You need to stay home, you need to relax." So we decided we're going to stay at the hotel. So for the next 2 days, we laid in bed and watched TV, and my mom and my brother laid around and just slept all day. It was really ironic because my mom was struggling to get an interpreter for me so we can go on tour of the White House. And she kept calling, and they kept saying no. So finally she convinced them to give us an interpreter, but I was sick, so we couldn't go anyway.